Hello boys and girls, Mr. Bowlby here. I am excited to continue our exploration of acrylic paints. As you know, the most common type of paint out of the bottle that we use in the classroom is tempera, but a little bit different, a little bit more expensive, a little more special is the acrylic paints that we've been using. And I want to explore a method for making the surface of our acrylic painting a little more textured. That means that it'll feel quite interesting. I've already started here, if you can tell, especially right here, this spot is one that I notice where I've already sort of started to leave behind a little bit of texture in the way that I painted my base coat. And what we're going to do next is actually apply some tissue paper on top of our base coat with some clear acrylic medium. This medium, though white right now, dries clear. So when we apply that over top of our tissue, which I'm about to do with you, it will end up drying clear, but any bumps that we leave behind in the tissue paper are encouraged because they too will end up being stiff and clear. So we'll have both a colored background and a more textured one. The way that I like to do this is I'm going to rip some of these pieces about the size of my hand. So this is a piece that I'll start with here. I'm going to crinkle it up in my hand first, and when I lay it back down, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to first quickly paint the area that it goes. So I'm going to paint the background where it belongs. And when I place it down here, I'm going to go over top of it with some of my clear acrylic medium. Again, this is white right now, but will dry in a way that is clear. So will we see the red later on? Absolutely. Any of this texture that you're sort of seeing created from the folds, will that be visible? Yes. I'm going to move to some orange. I'm not going to make you watch, boys and girls, I'm not going to make you watch the entire surface here being covered. I'm sure you can imagine that I would continue this with pieces about the size of my hand, crinkling them up. First, applying some of the clear medium down to the base coat where it belongs. Laying that piece on top, I like to sort of encourage some of that texture by sort of pressing in to make sure that I've got a little bit of that folding happening before applying the clear medium on top. So yes, sometimes you got to get your hands involved to make some of the texture happen for you. It's not just going to happen if you lay it flat there, but sometimes you got to make it happen. So I hope you enjoy when you're doing this. In fact, over here on the red, you can already sort of see a little bit of that drying, especially over here on this edge where it has started to dry clear. And I'm excited to see these final pieces. There is an additional step to this where we will be painting on top of our texture, but I look forward to seeing what you produce.